Good morning, everybody. Jason Polanski here, Business Solutions Supervisor for Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County. Thank you for joining us for this month's Virtual Hiring Fair Day webinar. So today with us, we have Adam Stone with Striping Technologies, Melissa Hladik from Hyatt, Tammy Thurman from Carolina Beverage Company, and Sherry Abercombie with Schein. So I am going to be, during the first presentation, locating an email that is going to have some information about another upcoming hiring fair this month that I'm going to brief you about. We'll get that link posted in the chat. And because I'm riding solo today, if you don't see that, please go to Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County and the events page. You will see upcoming events there, along with registration links and everything you need to attend those events if you so choose. So I'll tell you what, we're going to start today with Ms. Sherry Abercrombie with Schein. And Schein is a solutions company for healthcare professionals powered by a network of people and technology with more than 19,000 team members worldwide. So the company's network of trusted advisors provides more than 1 million customers globally with more than 300 valued solutions. So that's enough. You need to be talking about this, Sherry, and I will stop. So what can you tell us about what's happening at Schein these days?
Thank you, Jason. Like you said, we're Schein. Our parent company is Schein Inc. And I'll talk more about what Schein is in just a minute. But Schein was started in New York City in 1932 by Henry and Esther Schein. We provide healthcare products and services to office-based dental and medical practitioners. As you said, we have over 19,000 employees worldwide, over 1 million customers globally. Our business, clinical technology, and supply chain solutions help office-based dental and medical practitioners work more efficiently so they can provide quality care more effectively. We are a Fortune 500 company and a member of the S&P 500 index. Schein is headquartered in Melville, New York, and has operations or affiliates in 31 countries and territories. We've also been ranked first in our industry on the Fortune World's Most Admired Companies list for about 10 years in a row. So that is one of the things, if you ever hear our CEO or read articles by him, Stan Bergman, he's very proud of that fact that we have made that list for 10 years now. In 2018, a joint venture was formed with other companies offering software products and services specifically for the dental field. And that joint venture is called Schein, and that's what I'm here representing today. We're currently working from home like a lot of companies are today. We do anticipate returning to the office in a slow phased approach over the next few months after the decision is made to return to the office. That decision has not been made yet at this time. And right now I am looking specifically for phone support techs to support our proprietary software that is for dental practices. This software provides everything that a dentist office needs to run their practice. And I'm looking to hire probably 10 plus people for this, position. We're located in Arlington, currently off of Pioneer Parkway and Park Springs. If you're familiar with that area, it's right across the street from the dog park. So when I'm in the office, I get to look out at the dog park. So that's always a fun thing. And I have some information that I can share on the positions that we're hiring for and how to go about applying. If
Please.
you want to tell me how to do that, Jason, I will do that.
Want to share your screen?
Got it.
Yeah.
I want to share that right there. Okay. There is what I have.
Perfect. You can enlarge that a little bit. It's a little hard to see. On the bottom right-hand corner, you should be able to increase that size.
I do not see that.
Yep, in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, it says, there you go.
Okay. That did not work. I'm sorry about that.
Well, just tell us about it.
I'm sorry?
Just tell us about it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm looking to hire support technicians. What I'm looking for is people that have some IT knowledge and experience training. We're not real picky about that as long as you know about computers and you're comfortable with that. And more importantly, people that have customer service experience, preferably phone experience. But if you have other customer service type experience, we do take that into consideration. So like I said, I'm looking to hire about 10 to 12 people right now. So that is, what I'm looking for.
So generally, what kind of computer environment are people working in? Is it the proprietary software or the applications that people will be familiar with from other types of work?
It is proprietary software. It is for dental practices. So it is software that they use to run their practice, make appointments, take x-rays, file insurance claims, everything that they can, that they need is provided in that software. So we provide training for that software. You don't have to have prior knowledge of dental practices or, terminology or anything like that. I actually started out as a support technician and, quickly picked that up and learned some of the terminology. Every field has its own, dictionary. And our training is virtual training, of course, right now. It is approximately 2 weeks that just goes over the basics of the software. And we also have an extensive knowledge base.
So if you're looking for people who haven't done exactly this kind of work, what kind of jobs might they have been doing before that you find transfers well to this kind of work?
Somebody that's done help desk for companies, even people that have worked in call centers. Although we are not a call center, we're a support center. Our customers call us to answer questions or resolve problems with our software. So we're not a typical call center. We, prefer the term support center. So we don't do upselling. We don't have, quotas or anything like that for our technicians. We don't expect them to do that. If a customer asks about a product or something to purchase, they refer them to their salesperson. We don't.
Fantastic. So right now you said you're working from home, so people will come on board, they'll learn the system, they'll take about 2 weeks training.
Right.
And this will all take place remotely.
Yes. The only time they would need to come to the office is their first day of employment to pick up a phone and computer equipment if they need to have computer equipment provided, or they can use their own personal computers and RDP into. So
Somebody was starting here. You said that you started out doing very similar work. So there's quite often hiring from within that goes on. Yes.
yes, I started out as a support technician on the phone, talking to dentist offices, and was promoted to a team lead and then a supervisor. So I've been with the company for 8 years.
Fantastic. So if somebody works doing what they're doing for Henry Schein here in Arlington, would those chances to to advance mean that they might possibly work in other places in the country if they needed to, or would they be able to advance to positions that are just remotely based, for other places in the country? I mean, being that Henry Schein is so large.
Yes to all of that. We have a career path specifically for the support technician for advancement. And once you've been in or with the company for a year, then you're eligible to apply for any job anywhere in the country. If you're wanting to relocate, there are positions that are completely remote. So that is definitely something that people can do. There's a lot of opportunities for growth, and we have very generous 401k. The company is very good about that. It's about 8% matching.
Oh, that's good.
To the 401k.
Okay, so if this isn't a position where a degree necessarily is required, it's more about the aptitude and just the willingness to learn how to do this, or do you prefer to have a certain amount of experience prior?
Yes, we like for you to have a little bit of knowledge, like I said, about computers and technology, some kind of customer service experience. But if you're willing to learn and put the work in, then you will be successful.
So what I get out of that is if you have a certain amount of aptitude and you have a willingness to do that kind of work, that people shouldn't just rule themselves out. I mean, if they have a genuine interest in a certain amount of aptitude for doing that, they should certainly apply and see if they can start a conversation, correct?
Yes, please apply.
All those positions are certainly posted on Work in Texas. Sherry, if you would like to put an internal website in the chat that people can also access, that's perfectly okay.
Okay.
If you have other ways that you would like them to contact you, please feel free to share those.
Okay. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Sherry. I appreciate your patience and your participation in the event.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. So as I promised, I've got a little information for you about the Arlington Area Virtual Job Fair. That's going to take place on Wednesday, the 28th of April, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. for Solutions for Tarrant County is co-hosting that in conjunction with Arlington ISD, the City of Arlington, and the Rush Creek Church. You can virtually interact and interview with employers who are hiring right now. It says it's time to make your next career move. Register now. Job seekers can still register by visiting our website, and I'm getting ready to copy and paste that link into the chat so that you can see it. And as soon as I have some cooperation from my machine, I will do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Ms. Tammy Thurman. And Tammy Thurman is with Carolina Beverage Company. And we've been doing business together for a little while. And she has a great many positions and opportunities open with her group. Tammy, tell us what's happening with Carolina Beverage these days.
Hi, Jason. Thank you. Well, actually, What's going on in Carolina is that we are growing, so we do have opportunities that are coming available. We've actually began operation in 1997. It was created by Michael Smith and John Stritch. In 2014, the company expanded to Texas, which is our location here. Since then, in 2017, we've also expanded and opened another facility, basically just to house the product that we make. To give you a little insight about what we do here, we're a production company that produces energy drinks for several national and international brands. Um, so our mission is basically to be a one-stop solution provider for specialty contract packaging. So right now, we currently have positions available as machine operators, forklift drivers, dock clerks. We have a position available in maintenance tech and in our quality departments as well, such as blending and kitting. So we're looking to fill those positions with people that are interested. Basically, we do have a package that we offer as far as when you're coming aboard as a regular employee. We do offer PTO at time of hire. We offer benefits after 60 days of employment. So the first month following 60 days of employment, you're eligible for health, dental, and vision, as well as we offer uniforms to our employees as well at no charge. Um, we offer disability. We have a 401k plan that we offer to employees if they're interested in taking advantage of. Um, we also have a incentive program for bonuses right now. So we do offer quarterly bonuses where you can earn up to $650 a month. Right now, what we're doing just to promote and our positions and all, we currently have a sign-on bonus for entry-level positions such as forklift operators, machine operators, our dock clerks. And we also have the employee referral. So once you come aboard with our company, you're able to refer an employee and take advantage of the employee referral bonus, which it fluctuates from different amounts. But right now, we're eager to get our name out there and get employees, get candidates or applicants interested in what we do. We operate 24/7. We do have 4 rotations and they're 12-hour shifts. So our days are 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and our evenings, our night shifts are 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. We currently do offer a shift differential for those that are working on nights. So you receive a $1 shift differential added to your hourly pay. Within these schedules, they rotate days and weekends. So basically, a normal work schedule will be a 2-2-3 schedule. So for example, if you work Monday and Tuesday, you're off Wednesday, Thursday. You work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then of course you're off Monday, Tuesday. You work Wednesday, Thursday, and then you have that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. And it just continues to rotate in that order. Are there any questions or anything?
Well, talk to me a little bit about the onboarding process.
Sure. The way that the onboarding process works is that apparently you do come in for your interview, and if you're selected as a candidate, I do in turn give you a call or either send you an offer letter, and we make you an offer of the position. Once you've accepted the offer, then the next step will be, of course, the pre-employment screenings, because we do background and drug screenings. So, and that is handled through a third party. So once we get those results and we're able to move forward, I will reach out to you again and we will begin the new hire process, which will consist of onboarding, which we do through ADP. So basically you can input your personal information. You can also enroll in direct deposit if that's what you choose to. And then we have other forms and literature for you to read along the way. Then once you've completed that, I will schedule an orientation day where you will actually come into the office and do your orientation, and we'll continue with more information about the company, complete forms and things like that, which it generally lasts anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. and all orientation is a paid orientation.
Fantastic. Talk to me a little bit about kind of protocols that are being followed. You know, we're still in this pandemic, and I'm sure if people are coming in, you know, to work in some kind of production, they'll be interested to know about, you know, those precautions that you're taking.
Of course, I know that the mask and all have been lifted as far as being a required for some locations, although we still take that in consideration that the pandemic is still there. So as of now, as far as masks, they're not required, but we do have precautionaries that we still have in place, such as social distancing and things like that. We do have hand sanitizers out, and we still make masks available. So as far as it being a mandate, we understand that it's no longer a mandate. However, we are still being cautious with taking precautions as far as social distancing and things like that.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Lisa, any questions coming in for Tammy?
Yes, I do have a question. How much is the referral bonus?
As I mentioned, the referral bonus does fluctuate. So right now we are offering a referral bonus for employee referrals. We are offering throughout the end of May, we're doing $1,000. And the way that works, I'm sorry.
Awesome. Go ahead, you can finish telling me.
Okay. And the way that it works is that, of course, it's divided into 2 payments. So, of course, the applicant that applies has to be hired. Once they're hired and here for 90 days, then you do receive your first initial installment, and it's added to your paycheck. Since it is $1,000, of course, it will be half of that, so it's $500. And then after the employee has worked a total of 180 days, then we issue you the second installment, which is also added to your paycheck as well. And also, we are offering a sign-on bonus as well, as I mentioned. And the way that payment is paid out the same, but a little different. I apologize, a little differently. As far as employee, once they're hired, they do receive their first payment after 30 days of employment. And then after 90 days, they receive the second installment.
How much is the sign-on bonus?
The sign-on bonus right now is $500. And as I mentioned, that is for our entry-level positions, such as our forklift operators, our machine operators, our blending techs, our dock clerks, and lab leads. I'm sorry, not lab leads, but lab technicians.
And that's where you have the majority of your need, correct?
Yes, for the entry level, yes, ma'am. We do have them. The majority of them are for machine operators and forklift drivers right now.
Okay, and so you said that you do have some safety measures in place that since it's no longer a mandate, then you have some who wear masks and some who don't. Is that correct?
Yes, but a great majority of us still wear the mask. So it's like a norm now. So they're still exercising their masks. And we also make them available. We have them in our lobby area. So once we get visitors, we have the mask there. We have a hand sanitizer. Also in our employee entrance, we have the same there. In our employee break room, we have signs on the tables where we're stating that only one employee is allowed per table during break time. So we still have those things in place.
Now, so from someone put in an application until they actually start, how long would you say that process takes?
Generally, it doesn't take too long. Basically, it's all up on the applicant. Once they apply, I do forward the resume over to the manager for review, and they will give me their opinion. And then, I have an answer back within at least 24 hours, if not the same day. I will then reach out to the candidate and speak with them and ask if they're still interested, because, a lot of times they find jobs soon, rather quickly. So of course, I'll ask if they're still interested, and then we'll proceed in coordinating an interview, whether it be phone interviews or on site, because we do exercise phone interviews as well. And then a lot of times, I mean, I can get a candidate in within, say, if within that same week. It just depends on if the candidate is currently employed. Then, of course, then it goes to the following week. But just say typically getting the man interviewed, background, the pre-employment screenings. It could take anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. I've seen a turnaround within 3 days.
Fantastic. So I want to backtrack a little bit because this is a question that we usually get for all of our employers, and that regards hiring people with backgrounds. I mean, generally my answer I get there is case by case, but if Sherry and Tammy, if you could answer that in turn, that would be appreciated.
Sure. Basically, we are background friendly, but of course, we do have stipulations and things, but we do encourage all to apply because it is relatively on a case-by-case scenario, just depending on, what the situation is. Because we do have employees here that are working, you have to think about safety for your employees, but we do encourage all. I mean, it is on a case-by-case scenario. But we ask that all applicants apply.
Thank you. Sherry?
I would say the same thing. We do a extensive background check and a drug screen as well. Just keep in mind that you would be dealing with HIPAA compliance and PCI when dealing with these dentist offices. So that does come into play in the background check. But I think in my 8 years of doing this, I've only seen, I think, one in-person applicant fail because of a background check. So.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, with that, if we see other questions come in for you, Tammy, we'll certainly voice those. But in the meantime, we're going to move on to Mr. Adam Stone. And Adam is with a company known as Striping Technologies, and they do a different kind of work. Adam, tell us a little bit what's going on with your group these days.
Yes, I am. My name's Adam Stone. I am Vice President of Human Resources for Striping Technology. Our corporate office is located in Tyler, Texas. We have a roads division located at our Mansfield office, and we're looking to expand it. We're looking to put on probably about 10 labor positions up there, hourly positions, and we're located at 401 Industrial Boulevard in Mansfield, Texas. To give you a little overview of what we do, we are a TxDOT prime contractor as well as a municipality contractor, such as the city of Fort Worth, city of Dallas, city of Tyler, and so forth, all over Texas. We do work in 150 air mile radius from our divisions. And exactly what we do, the company started out in 1972, started putting down buttons and reflectors for all of our conventional and unconventional roadways. Over the years, it's grown into 3 divisions now. I've got 2 divisions here in our Tyler location, and I've got 1 division in Mansfield as well. We also have a signal and traffic light division located in Tyler. But right now, I do have 10 openings in our Mansfield office division. And anything and everything that you see on top of our roadways, we do. From the striping, skip stripes, railroad crossings, buttons, reflectors, rumble strips, we do. The federal government has put in millions and billions of dollars for highway infrastructure here in Texas. As you all can see, when you're going around in the Metroplex, there's road construction somewhere. And we have to get these positions filled. But what we're really looking for is 10 laborers, and it may be 10 plus laborers right now. So these are all hourly positions. It's basically looking for people that maybe even young folk that come out of high school and college may not be for them, or if they want to get on a career path, you can and will learn a skill with us. And it's a skill that has to be taught through us, though. You just can't grab these skills at another company and come in and learn exactly what we do. To provide a little bit of career path for you, these guys can come in at a labor position, and they start on a basic step 1 labor grade. They'll be hiring in at $13.15 an hour. They get a general increase of pretty much every year of about a 4%. I noticed 3 to 3.5 is probably about average in our in a lock business. So we offer 4% a year if their evaluations, if they do well on their evaluations. Evaluations are once a year. They can grow in that general labor position, and that general labor position will top out at $15.71 an hour. Now, that is just general labor. If they learn a skilled trade, such as a right hand, which is kind of like a lead position, that right hand is able to, if that foreman has to take a vacation day, however, and can't make work that day, that lead man or that right hand is to be able to take that crew out and get the job done without him. So that's a very important position. If you can make right hand, that is a totally different labor grade. And the right hands top out at $17.69 an hour. If they make a kettleman, as you know, in road construction, we have to heat a lot of our material before it will adhere to the roadways. So kettleman is a very, very important position too. It takes some skill to keep those kettles at the right temperature that TxDOT requires us to lay the material down with. The kettleman will top out at about $16.67 an hour. And in any of that time, if they make an operator is the guy that's actually operating a long line paint truck or a long line thermoplastic truck, which if you go out onto the interstates, you'll see skip stripes. We've got machinery that can lay stripes from Shreveport, Louisiana, all the way to Dallas, Fort Worth without stopping, as long as you keep feeding that machine. So he's the actual guy putting the lines and the skips down. Those guys will top out at $18.77 an hour. Now, Jason, with all that being said, our trucks are fairly large. They are CDL trucks. And if we can't get our trucks to the job site, then we don't have much of a business. So we've got to have, in any of that time, if we got to have CDL drivers. Now they can hire in with not a CDL. We will take non-CDL drivers. And if any, we do encourage them to get their CDLs. We encourage them to get their CDLs through us. We give them study materials to study. We give them time off to study. We give them actually a truck to drive during their driving test. And we will actually pay, if they pass all their tests, we'll actually pay to get their CDLs. We'll actually reimburse them on their medical cards too as well. So when they get their CDLs, let's say they're topped out as an operator at $18.77 an hour, we will give them a $2 an hour increase on top of that for getting at their CDLs through us. I have, you got any questions, Jason?
I do. So if you have contact information beyond what's available on your work in Texas job postings, I think somebody was inquiring about that.
Do I have contact information? I'm sorry, I missed that, Jason.
Okay. If you have contact information that you can put in the chat, that would be helpful. They can also contact you through workintexas.com on your job postings there.
Okay, let's see here.
Sounds so. If there's anybody out there that's ever thought about getting their CDL, here is a definite opportunity to go to work for a company that is going to finance ultimately your CDL training. And if you've ever looked around at that before, that's not free. So certainly, if you have interest there, contact Adam, and he will. You can contact him on Work in Texas, and I think he's typing some stuff into the chat.
I have Miss Sharon Ford with me, Jason.
Hi,
She is our benefits coordinator. I'd like for her to go over some of the benefits we provide too as well.
Please.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon Ford. I'm benefit manager for Striping Technology. Our benefits are a little bit more robust than what people can normally get working for a company of our size. We offer medical benefits after 60 days of employment. We pay all premium at 100% for every employee. Of course, spouses and children are extra. They do qualify for our benefits. We also offer and give life insurance to every employee at $50,000. So everybody is covered after 60 days with life insurance. We have access to dental, vision. Of course, all of that is employee paid. We also offer short and long-term disability for anyone who comes to work for us in management positions. Some of those benefits are paid for. Short and long-term disability would be paid for at 100% by the company. But for the general laborers that work for us, those benefits are very good. We have $1,000 deductible on our medical insurance. We also have access to 401k after 60 days. What else do we take? I'm trying to think of everything we have. We also have access to extra life insurance, voluntary life, for any employee who wishes to take it out. You can also insure your spouses and children. Does anybody have any questions on that?
I haven't seen anything come in yet.
I'm sorry?
I haven't seen anything come in yet. All right. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Thank you very much, Adam. And thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that information on the benefits.
Hey, Jason, can I say one more thing?
Yes, you can.
We are located at 401 Industrial Boulevard. My operations manager and receptionist is there on hand 8 to 5 every day in Mansfield. If they just want to drop in, have a chat with that operations manager, he'll be glad to sit down and talk with them, be able to fill out an application right there on the spot.
That's great, Adam. Can you type your contact information that you'd like them to use into the chat section?
Sure.
Thanks very much. Lisa, did you have a question?
Yeah. Mr. Stone, I know, and that's wonderful that you guys will pay for everything for them to become CDL drivers. But how much experience do you require for someone off the street as a CDL driver?
Well, ma'am, as soon as they get hired in, they're going to have to go through a 6-hour training course. Our business is high risk when it comes to safety because we're out in the middle of interstates, we're out in the middle of highways, conventional roadways. We go through a 6-hour training course, TxDOT certified training course that goes over everything from OSHA to TxDOT training. And when it comes to CDL training, we have 20 and 30-year drivers here. We put them in the cabs with them as soon as they pass their written test. And it's like riding, like when you get your beginner driving test, you couldn't drive without a licensed driver in the front seat. Same way when it goes to CDLs, we're going to let them drive as long as there's a CDL driver in that front seat. We don't turn them loose the day of. There's just no way we can do that. So they do get the on-the-job training here. And like I said, it's perfect for somebody coming out of high school. Maybe college might not be right for them. Maybe the military is not right for them. But if they want to learn a skill, they want to learn a trade, they can come in and we can make it happen for them. We throw the ball back into their court.
That sounds great, Adam. We're getting into time here, and I want to go ahead and Adam, if you can stay on the call in case other questions come in, that would be great. And I want to switch over to our friend Melissa Hladik with Hyatt. There you are.
How are you?
Melissa has her executive assistant with her today.
So this is true hospitality. You never know what the day can hold for you. So this is a guest dog that we had to remove from the room, and I am the lucky one that gets to entertain this pooch until its owner gets back. So I keep on having to turn off my video of my sound because I'm dealing with the dog.
Okay, well, Melissa, I kind of put you in this spot to close the show. I think everybody knows who Hyatt is. You're a globally recognized brand in the hospitality industry. And as things are starting to ramp back up in this business, you certainly have some needs. So tell us a little bit about what's happening with Hyatt.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the DFW, in the Metroplex, we have 5 full service Hyatts. So I'm really focusing on our 2 DFW airport locations. One is Terminal C, that would be my hotel, the Hyatt Regency DFW. And then we have the Grand Hyatt DFW in Terminal D. I think one of the biggest misconceptions of our properties is how difficult is it to really get to our properties. If anyone's been to the DFW airport, it can be a little intimidating. And I'm here to tell you, you get to us one time and it's easy after that. There are signs everywhere, and also we have parking right on property. So you don't have to be bussed in. You come right to our terminal, you park in covered parking. It's all free of charge. There's no charge to any of our colleagues, and you come right to work. So it's really in and out. It's a fairly simple process. Arlington, Irving, HEB area. It's all a fairly easy drive and fairly painless as well. So I just want to get that out in the open. And I appreciate that introduction, Jason, because we were just named number 16 for the top 100 employers of Forbes magazine, which is a big deal to us because we really do, we believe we take care of our colleagues first, who will then take care of our guests. And we really live by that day in and day out, even through the pandemic. It's no secret that the pandemic has been very difficult for the hospitality industry, but I'm here to tell you we are coming back strong. And I think that we're coming back even better than what we were before. And I can say that with confidence because we're really taking a look at what we've done in the past and say, does that work? Because now it's an opportunity for us to change things up. And a prime example is what we have posted now. We have anything from food and beverage. A lot of times our food and beverage is now cross-trained into multiple avenues and areas. So now you might not just be a restaurant greeter. You might also cross-train into a server, into we have a new position that just deals with World of Hyatt to make sure that we're on point with our guests. You could go into the front desk agent position. You can cultivate, or you can work towards a supervisor management position. There's definitely a career path, and we're seeing that come every single day. We're opening up new positions. If you have little to no experience, or if you have a plethora of experience, we have something for you. Our biggest thing is housekeeping right now, and keeping up with not only hospitality industry, but anything from manufacturing to call centers, anything in between, that we're really trying to reinvent what we're doing and keeping up with the trends, if not setting our own trends. And that includes with rate of pay. So for example, a housekeeper position. At this point, we're willing to match your rate of pay. Whatever industry that you're in, if you have a skill set that might not be anything to do with hospitality, we are willing to take a look at what you do and to match your rate of pay coming in. Okay. And it's room attendants. It's a hard job. It's not for someone who isn't willing to do active work, because it is active. You are cleaning rooms day in and day out, but we also have fun. I've heard multiple people mention benefits. I will put our benefit package next to any hospitality company, and especially our rates. We saw this year that COBRA was even more prevalent with our workforce. And I even took for granted the amount that we do pay for our employees. If you are single and on your own, you could be covered for under $50 a month, including medical, dental, vision, supplemental life, everything. And then it goes from there. And then the same thing with 401k match. And of course, everyone always wants to know this, but never will ask it. Yes, we stay at our hotels for free worldwide. So that's the coolest benefit, right? Is full-time employees get 12 free Hyatt stays, and then part-time gets 6 free Hyatt stays. Everybody gets discount Hyatt stays for their friends and their family and themselves as well, if you don't use your comp. And then you also get 50% off of food and beverage when you go to those hotels. So I'm taking my daughters to Universal in a couple of weeks, and that's all comp. So it's a nice perk for sure. Any specific questions? I know we're kind of running tight on time. I can definitely put in our website. It's hyatt.com/careers. I would highly encourage you to go and just apply for a position, because if you're in there and you're interested with us, we'll take a look at your information. Even if it might not be for that job, we'll get you in the right position. You can also just send me your resume. Call me. Come here. Show up. Like I'm here every day. We are in the hotel, and we are picking up, most importantly.
Now, the thing I would like to add on to that, Melissa, is that, a little while back, not too long ago, we did a facility tour of where you are. I mean, your facilities are absolutely fantastic. But there didn't seem to be a skill set that wasn't represented by some sort of work in those buildings. There are all sorts of opportunities available within your group, and I strongly suggest to anybody that has even the slightest bit of interest in that type of work to see what's available with Melissa and talk to her about it. I've never heard any employer say we're going to match your pay wherever you come from. I mean, obviously there's some evaluation that will take place, but I've never even heard that put on the table. So please reach out and ask her. Melissa, if you could put the contact information you would like in the chat.
Sure.
There'll also be job postings on workintexas.com. And I do have a quick question for Adam. I had somebody ask, they have over 20 years experience as a CDL. Would that be a benefit to them in applying with you?
Yes, the only thing I have to add on the CDL, they have to understand it's just not a driving position. Okay. We definitely have to get our trucks to the job site, but once they're part of that crew, they're going to have to learn the applications and the processes that we do to apply highway traffic markings.
Sounds good. They also were asking about negotiating pay, and I would say that the best way to talk about negotiating pay is to start the application process and then have a talk with you about it.
Exactly. Or, like I said, they can go to 401 Industrial Boulevard and get with the operations manager there, and he will be glad to sit down and talk with you about that.
Sounds great. That sounds great. Okay, I'm just scrolling to the bottom of my questions here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. And I'm not missing anything there. So, so Melissa, I would assume that with your group, the background question again is case by case. If people have an interest, they should certainly talk to you about it.
Yep, absolutely. It is case by case. And just, depending on how active you are with the guests, if you go into their room, what the position is. But, we will definitely have that conversation. And actually, we send you through the background check first to see what it is, and then we go from there.
That sounds great. Okay, so with that, I'm going to reiterate that our next virtual hiring fair day, as soon as my computer will cooperate, we have them on the third Thursday of every month. So the next one will be on Thursday, May the 20th from 11 till 12. And again, the information for that, I'm going to put in the chat, is available at workforcesolutions.net/events. And that leaves me just to say thank you to our panelists, Ms. Tammy Thurman with Carolina Beverage, Sherry Abercombie with Henry Schein 1, Adam Stone with Striping Technologies, and Melissa Hladik with Hyatt. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and thank you to everybody who tuned in for your questions. If you have questions for us, please reach out to us at Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County. And thanks very much, and we will see you next time around. Thanks, everybody.